From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, February the 9th, 2018. Two would-be terror attacks were prevented today in the West Bank. A 23-year-old Palestinian man tried to enter the Tomb of the Patriarchs in Hebron, but was stopped by Israeli troops who found a knife hidden in his clothing. And then Israeli security forces arrested a 15-year-old Palestinian who was trying to enter the Jewish settlement of Hashmonaim. The teen was also found in possession of a knife. Both were detained for questioning without injury. And clashes erupted today across the West Bank and Gaza after Muslim prayers were held. Hamas leaders had called from mosques for a day of rage in continued protest of the U.S. administration's recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital, and also in protest of Israel's killing of Palestinian terrorist Ahmad Jarrar, responsible for the drive-by shooting of Rabbi Raziel Shevach last month. As we reported to you, Jarrar was killed by security forces in a shootout on Tuesday. Palestinian media reported a number of injured rioters in the clashes today with the IDF and said one Palestinian had been killed. A U.S. appeals court has thrown out a verdict from over 3 years ago which found the Arab Bank liable for knowingly supporting terror attacks in Israel linked to terror group Hamas. Back in September of 2014, the Jordanian-based bank was found responsible for handling transactions for Hamas and routing money to charities that supported Hamas and to the families of suicide bombers. However, the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Manhattan said a jury in Brooklyn dismissed the verdict after finding that there had been an error in the instruction to the original jury. There is an agreement in place that in the event of a voiding of the verdict, settlements with the 527 plaintiffs who were victims or relatives of victims of the attacks reached with the bank would kick in. And plaintiff lawyer Gary Olson said the plaintiffs will receive meaningful and very substantial compensation for their injuries, and today's decision doesn't diminish the fact a jury found Arab Bank liable for knowingly supporting Hamas. The Jerusalem Post reports that members of the Conference of Presidents of major American Jewish organizations are headed to the United Arab Emirates in the next few days. The group, led by Executive Vice Chairman Malcolm Hoenlein, will visit Abu Dhabi and Dubai on their way to Israel for the conference's annual gathering in Jerusalem, which will begin a week from Sunday. Hoenlein told the Post that each year the conference goes to another country before visiting Israel. Stops in the past have included Morocco, Qatar, and Azerbaijan. Hoenlein explained that the aim of these trips is to foster better ties with the U.S., the American Jewish community, and Israel. The administrator of the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, Mark Green, met yesterday in Washington with Israel's ambassador to the U.S., Ron Dermer. The independent government agency is responsible for administering foreign aid and development assistance. Green wrote of the meeting on social media with Dermer, calling it productive. He said the discussions focused on how to enhance partnership opportunities with Israel. Well, the Winter Olympic Games have officially begun. Israeli figure skater Alexei Bichenko led the 10-member Israeli delegation in the opening ceremony of the Games at the Pyeongchang Olympic Stadium, bearing Israel's flag. This is the largest delegation Israel has ever sent to the Winter Games, with 10 athletes. Bichenko already competed this morning, performing a short program, finishing in second place. Also today, Israel competed in the pair skating program with Paige Connors, who is from Pittsford, New York, and Evgeny Krasnopolsky, who immigrated to Israel from Ukraine. They came in 9th place. Israel has never won a medal in the Winter Olympics. We'll cover the Games for you as they proceed and remain hopeful. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Friday, February the 9th, live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed by a concert with Michelle Citrin. At 8, comic book creator Neil Gaiman speaks at the 92nd Street Y. At 9, the JBS Jewish Film Festival presents the award-winning documentary Beyond Eruv, followed at 10:10 with the JBS original series From Date to Mate, and then it's Muzika with Israeli singer Rona Kainan at 10:35. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 5:30, Rabbi Shlomo Riskin looks at this week's Torah portion. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, February the 9th, 2018. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.